Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. Tis you, tis you. Tyler's here, and Toki, and Trevor, and now we're waiting to see if Susan has graced us, out of all things, a Free for All Friday. If she has graced us with, it looks like she might have sent out some notifications. You know it. Blue Morpho says Free for All Friday. I just jizzed in his pants, which means that he understands the true meaning of Free for All Friday. Empire Jeff is here, and Johnny Boy and Spazdev, and Cora Nightmare, and Suave Nino. I like that, Suave Nino. And Mystic Nerd, Marcus Williams, Nate the Great, Puppy's in. And Andrew here, Dylan Murtaugh. Yeah, it's always a happy Friday, Dylan. Fridays just make us happy. Now, we'll have our typical free-for-all Friday, hang out, talk about whatever you want, and at any point, I'll let you guys decide, since we had started that new, what do they call it again? The process where you guys can post videos to the stream if you want. I don't have it turned on right now. If you guys decide at some point during the Free-for-All Friday stream you want it turned on, I will. Christmas is more. It's about more than just pushing people out of the way. Well, yeah, I guess somewhat more. But that's the true beauty of Christmas, though, is pushing people out of the way, Jeff. From Greece. Very cool, very cool, Andres, probably right. Brian says, finally catch you on stream. You can't escape this time. Last stream I got on at the end, you left. Oh, yeah. You cornered me this time. We've only been on for like 2 minutes. Shit. Oh, well. A little bit more bad touch. That's okay. It's Diavolo says, it's good old Diavolo. Barry says, tingly touches? Hell yes. It's like bad touch, but not sexual unless you want it to be. Good point. And always tingly. Guess all just depends on
oh yeah
somebody's specific definition of what constitutes tingly. Blue Morpho says, do you think you will go back to doing some cyanide and happiness reactions? Oh, it's quite possible at some point. Right now, the gang is really into the try not to laughs, and I've still got to. I definitely want to go over and see RDC World 1's latest, the Anime House 5, and a few other things like that. There's always possibility I might watch more Cyanide and Happiness. They're freaking hilarious. Iceway says, Curtis, I've lost to the Ender Dragon with full diamond enchanted armor and weapons on normal mode, so good luck. Well, for me, Icewave, if I get to the Ender Dragon, obviously I want to kick his ass. But I won't even care if he kills me. If I get to the Ender Dragon, that's my goal in that Minecraft hardcore. Now, you know, if it wasn't in hardcore mode, it'd be different. Then your goal would be to defeat him. But in hardcore, again, I'll be satisfied with that. I would like to beat him, but I'll be satisfied with just getting to him. Barry says, makes my nipples tingle. That would make my day. Hey, Morgan! Morgan says, been super sad today. Oh, because it's been 6 months since I lost my grandma. Oh, that is sad. So this is a nice pick-me-up. Also getting cats tattooed on me tomorrow. Are ya? Getting some cat tattoos?
oh
That's cool, Morgan.
yeah
That's cool. I was gonna say, can we ask where, or is it better not talked about? No. I'm sad. It is sad, though, whenever you hit an anniversary of losing somebody that important to you. That sucks. Sploosh says, Curtis, who in your opinion is the safest worker in wrestling? Well, I don't think you have a safest worker. You assume everybody's going to be safe. A safest worker is somebody who never gets mentioned in the in the framework of safety. You only mention guys when they're doing the shit they're not supposed to, because you should be safe. It's when you're not that it's an issue. So, I mean, a safe worker is a safe worker. I don't think that you can point out one guy did it better than it was safer than anyone else. I will say this: after his WWE career was over and he was working the Indies, Tito Santana was an amazingly safe worker because he wouldn't do a goddamn thing. All right, Tito, well, I got this spot. It's just a body slam clothesline. Oh no, I don't want to do that. Okay, so let's just go in, tie up, chain wrestle for 2 minutes, Russian leg sweep and go home. Okay. Diavolo says, today my PS4 broke. That sucks. My mother was told that she has to undergo a surgery. Man, my PS4. Dude, come on. Yeah, Trevor says, want to hear a joke? Nia Jax is a safe worker. That's unfortunate because she seems like a nice enough girl. But yeah, way too fucking dangerous. That's just unacceptable. I don't get it. It's just such a lack of respect. I know back in the day, that stuff was handled. Well, of course, WWE is a big corporation too. I think it's a little different than when you're working indies, but that type of being unsafe was handled in an entirely different manner, and it was violent. Morgan says, "LOL, what's going on my arm? It's like a cartoony, whimsical take on my two cats." That's cool, Morgan. That's cool. I think I told you guys I've got 2 tattoos. I've been thinking about getting one other. I don't know if I'll get motivated to do it or not. It would just I think the last one, if it was anime related, I would kind of like to get just the swing from Naruto. But if not, it would probably be a pot of gold with the names of my kids and grandkids on the coins inside. Oh, SpazDev says Tom and Jerry came out today, so after the stream, I'm going to watch it. I wanted to see that too. I'll have to watch that at some point. Tom and Jerry was one of the ones I really enjoyed as a kid. As I said, our cartoon selection was way more limited than what we have nowadays. But that was one of the ones I really enjoyed, along with the Looney Tunes and Pink Panther and some others. Andrew says, Jesus, man, that thumbnail is cursed. Cursed is a good word for it. I had thought about Fat Boo for a tattoo, Emma. I mean, I like the character. I just don't know if I really want that as a tattoo. He's my favorite character in Dragon Ball Z. I just like something more emotionally driven because the anime is so good at driving emotion. And I always thought that swing in Naruto just was such a very sad, melancholy representation. Oh, Mystic Nerd says, also, Curtis, I'm going out on a date with my girlfriend for our anniversary. Wish me luck. Well, good luck. Very good luck. Philip says, my cat came back from the vet. They had to remove his left eye. Aw. Had a cataract or something. He currently looks like Two-Face from Batman. Oh, that's too bad. That paints a good visual, though, Philip. Yeah, Boruto tattoo, Dragon Spears. Yeah. If I got that, I'd have to just put it right on my ass. Boruto's ass. Okay. Cash would have been 89 today? Really, Shelby? I didn't know that. I love Johnny Cash. Actually, if when I finally get my ass back to doing some of the songs I've been doing on the channel, I've got one that I want to write for myself. But if I do a cover, it would be a Johnny Cash song. I've been thinking about doing it. Yeah, the "Where's My Money" thing. I've mentioned that before, Alex. That's one of my all-time favorite moments in Family Guy. The whole "Where's My Money" episode was hysterical. And shaboopy. Let's see. Oof, ask that 2 more curse, Kokona says. Swap Nino says, any chance of doing Fairy Tale or Black Clover on the Goosh now that GTO is coming to a close? No, I've already got the next series started. I've already recorded the first 2 episodes, Nino. But what we do at the $1 level is I pick the series, but it's always something that I've heard a significant amount of positivity from the gang at the channel and here as well at the YouTube channel, or at the Goosh and at the YouTube channel. And right now, I'm trying to keep them as shorter series because we got 2 long ones going along with it. We got One Piece and Hajime no Ippo going, and I don't want to have 3 long series all at once. So the one we'll be starting tomorrow, or you guys will see tomorrow, is a short series, and I'm going to try and keep them, on the shorter side. There's no telling there's no telling what I might do down the road once I'm not trying to keep them shorter. There's a possibility I would put those in. Brian says, Curtis, have you watched Thus Spoke Rohan Kishibe yet? No. And if you're going to a cover of Johnny Cash song, heard a ring of... Oh, no, there's no question about what it would be. He has a song that, for whatever reason, really, really impacted me heavily as a kid. And now that I'm older, it impacts me even more. So it would definitely be that one. Mystic Nerd says, just a recommendation if there's one you want to watch yourself if you ever have time. I've already seen Promise Neverland. It's fantastic. I love Promise Neverland. Can't wait for the next season. It's already up the goosh. Dragon Sphere says, then you can use the Rasengan from your ass. Wait, you already do that. Yeah, Red Shambles, Naruto. Naruto is great. I mean, that's just... Naruto just, for me anyway, just incorporates, excuse me, sorry guys, everything that is good about anime. Between the emotion and the quality of characters and the action, it's just an all-around really, really good series. Naruto and Shippuden. Let's see. I'm doing good. Cartoon Corona. My Corona. Ever since somebody brought up Weird Al Yankovic the other day in the stream, now everything to me has got to be a Weird Al reference. And it's kind of a scary path to go down. Excuse me. Dylan says, looks like Susan wasn't in the mood to give out notifications today. Yeah, there's a shocker. I'm doing good though, pal. Yeah, I haven't even watched Kokona. I haven't even watched Boruto.
Oh,
only because,
yeah.
As I've told the gang in the past, 2 reasons. One, I didn't feel a need to see it because I was very satisfied how Shippuden ended. And then once Boruto came out, and you guys have led me every step of the way in my anime journey here, and haven't led me wrong yet, the preponderance from our crew here has always been negative on Boruto. Aiden says, yes, it's Free For All Friday, watching during class. Hey, good to have you, Aiden. We're doing good. Again, as I said, don't take any shit about it. A teacher, professor, whatever the case may be, says anything about what you're watching, you just tell them, fat bald guy says priorities. And tell that teacher, don't make me come over there. I'll sit on your furniture. We should have a riot before they get here. Who's that, Lix? Before who gets here? I'm all for the riot. Oh yeah, Lix might be the only mod today, huh? That's unusual, especially on Friday. Well, of course, too, it probably depends on if the mod crew has the Discord at hand, because my guess would be notifications didn't go out, so I know most of the mod squad gets the notifications of the streams from the Discord. Brian says, Boruto, I don't really like Naruto personally, but my friends who love Naruto tell me that Boruto is an amazing continuation. See, there are some people here, Brian, you'll hear that support Boruto, but typically even the ones that support it tell me things like, listen, it takes a really long time to get going, but once it does, it's good. And it's like, I'm almost 60 years old. I got a ton of anime I want to watch. I don't want to spend a significant amount of my time knowing that I'm just watching some mediocre shit to get to something better. Well, thanks, Robert. That's nice of you to say. Opinions on AEW? Good group. Got a bunch of good workers. Solid organization. Cartoon Corona says, new Spider-Man title got revealed the other day. Did it? I haven't played this. The one Spider-Man game I played a little of. We're talking gaming, not, or are we talking movies?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure which way to comment. But I've seen the movies, but yeah, I've only played the one title. I forgot which one it was. It was really good though. Timothy says, "I come in and first thing I hear is Boruto." It's to your credit that you remain, then, Timothy. you were willing to take some blows to stay here. Demonic Jester says, "How many pedos does it take to screw in a light bulb? One, but it has to be a minor bulb." Ah,
Oh, yeah.
Aiden says, "This is very important. I discovered the best snack combo: freeze-dried ice cream sandwich with a Mexican Coke."
Oh, yeah.
Really? It's so good, he says. What's a Mexican Coke? I mean, is that just Coca-Cola that they distribute in Mexico? Or is it, what do you add to the Coke to make it a Mexican Coke? Freeze-dried ice cream sandwich. Oh, the movies we're talking? Oh, okay, they released a new title. I hadn't seen that on Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't know what that is, Aiden. I'm willing to give it a shot. Listen, it's snack foods. I'm willing to try anything with snack foods.
Oh,
Xeno Game says
yeah.
Biden is becoming Trump 2.0 with the bombing. Well, you know what it is, though? We've been, as far as bombings in other countries, it's been going on for the last several administrations. I mean, I'm not for it at all. And I don't want to comment too much because I haven't read in depth about it yet. But I'm not sure it was a good strategic attack from what I'm sounding from what was hit. Morgan says, "Going to binge your Steins Gate reaction." Say, boy, that was good, Morgan. That Steins Gate was way better than I thought it was going to be. Yeah, because the concept is cool and everything. I like time travel, but I could see where that could easily bog down, but it didn't. That was excellent. Even for as often as it really had your head spinning, it was really, really good. Brownie says, Mudkip says hello. Well, hello, Mudkip. Oh, okay. I didn't know this. Aiden says Mexican Coke comes in a glass bottle and uses cane sugar. It tastes better. All right. Okay. I think I have seen that. Where did not too long ago, I was in some. The hell store was it? I can picture being in it. It wasn't like a big department store or something. It was a smaller store. And I saw bottled Coke. I wonder if. Oh, excuse me, guys. I wonder if that was it, because it's unusual to see it in bottles anymore. All right, that makes sense. Oh, and Andrew was saying the same thing. They use real sugar and Cokes from Mexico, the best. Shit, I didn't even. Excuse me, guys. I did not even know that. Yeah, anything sugary related, anything snack related. Fuck yeah, I'm on board. Catman says, "Okay, gotta go." Okay, thanks for being in. Well, you could. Krothic says, "Has you mentioned what's coming after GTO?" No, we usually, unless there's conversation I need to have about a series, we leave those as a surprise until they show up. The only time we don't is if there's something I need to know from you guys before I start a series.
Oh, yeah.
Social Mute says, "Evening, Curtis. Edge versus Reigns at Mania. Opinions? Good matchup. I mean, Roman's certainly gotten better, significantly better. I think working matches. He's gotten better on the mic too. I never disliked him, but you know, you could see that he had weaknesses. But Edge wouldn't matter anyway. Edge could carry my old ass to a match and make it look good. I mean, he's that good. So yeah, it's a good matchup. I didn't finish playing South Park Stick of Truth, Emma. Nope, I never did get to finish that. That was back when I was having all the issues with the connection and everything, and half the time the audio would be out of sync and my face cam would be out of sync with the gameplay, and I just gave up. Kokona says, "This channel caught my eye again with the new Meat Canyon vids quality content." Oh, Meat Canyon is so funny. God damn, he's a good dude. He is so freaking funny. Jeez. Shadow says, "Hey Curtis, Boruto is like the New York Jets. It's only good once, but never again." Peaked in 1969, basically. That's good. Look, man says, "In my opinion, a good anime is based on opinion." Well, sure, anything that's subjective is based on opinion. because people have different tastes of what's good. So when people say this anime is a good anime, it's just a generalized opinion. Boruto is a good example. Everything that's true with everything. When I say a preponderance, what that means by definition is a significant number, a plurality of people whose opinions I respect said, nah, skip it. That's all I mean. But anytime you call something good or bad, sure, it's just an opinion. We all know that. But like I say, when I have that many people, and these are the same people who have led me down the right path with all the anime so far, telling me, nah, skip it, there's way better things to watch, I tend to listen. Sploosh says, I still think Roman is a drizzle and shits. I don't. He's entertaining. I mean, he's never going to be like a top worker, but I think he works his ass off. So I don't mind him at all. Allegiance Operator Krugar says, if Curtis gets killed by a Japanese person, well, I hope not. What the fuck? I didn't do anything to Japanese people. We're starting World War III. If Curtis gets killed by an American person, we're starting the Goosh War. Goosh War actually sounds fun, though. So I hope it's an American that gets me, because Goosh War sounds like it would be a blast. The thumbnail reminds me of Vader. Yeah, good old Vader, Cordaicho. Yeah, Vader was cool. Vader was fun to watch. Philip says, I was offered Swedish love and French love, but not American love. American love, like Coke, in green glass bottles. They don't make it anymore. I remember the green glass bottles. No, because I'm old. Xenogame says, the Big Show to AEW confirmed. Thoughts? No, not earth-shattering. I'm not surprised. Vince didn't have him locked back up under contract. And Show still certainly got some matches left in him. That it didn't come as big a surprise to me as it did to many others. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wasn't predicting it or anything, but I'm just saying seeing it happen wasn't really all that surprising to me.
Oh, yeah.
Luke says, yeah, I'm with Lex. What's stopping us from starting the Goosh War regardless of any killings? I'm on board, Lude. you ain't got to convince me. There's Chrome. She says, oh, stream. Fluffy says, where's my strong Russian girlfriend? I don't know, but I would like a strong Russian girlfriend, too. Yes, I've seen Hellsinger Bridge. Black Mist. Fantastic. Well, my ultimate waifu comes... I can't even see if I'm pointing to her. My ultimate waifu comes from Hellsing. And that is one of my all-time favorite pairs in an anime. Alucard and Ceres. Two characters that are both characters are clearly in my top 10 of all-time characters across anime. Dr. Hazel says, I watched every single Naruto reaction in like 2 weeks, so I love it. Well, that's good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed watching it. How long did I wrestle? I always worked the indies, so you weren't always wrestling, because a lot of times there was just no matches in the area I was in to be found. But from first match to last match, almost 30 years. Stormstar says, do you think there will be another media megastar in wrestling? Oh, probably. Probably Stormstar, just because obviously wrestling lends itself well to other forms of media, to TV and movies and stuff like that. I mean, wrestling is itself physical theater. So it's just... It would be surprising if it doesn't happen. Plus, its popularity, it's not... If a wrestler becomes huge in the WWE, it's not that hard to convince a production company to utilize you in a movie or something, because you got name recognition. Luckman says, thoughts on Family Guy. I think it's hilarious as fuck with the different political real-life references. Yep. But to be honest, the friendship between Brian and Stewie is the main reason I like about the show. Oh, that's a classic friendship. Absolutely, Luckman. I mean, again, if we're talking pairings, when you think about the longevity of Family Guy and the connection that Brian and Stewie have had throughout, that's got to be one of the, that's Milhouse and Bart Simpson. I mean, it's and they're even more closely connected than those two characters are. It's got to be not just in animation, but in all of TV history. That's got to be one of the great duos. Shadow says, Curtis, do you ever get confused why the Cowboys are called America's team? Because I think of America's team, I think of the Patriots. No, I don't get confused, but that's because I'm old, Shadow. I remember when it was started, because back then they were the focal point. You know, the Cowboys were contenders year in and year out. They were brash and big and bold but I'll tell you, even with the Patriots' success, the Cowboys is still the most valuable franchise in the NFL. And last I checked, now this is a couple of years ago, so this may have changed, but as of a couple of years ago, they still were the top traveling team in the NFL. And what that means is the attendance rates at their games when they played away from home were the highest of anybody in the league. So they still can make. I never even, don't get me wrong, I'm not defending it, because I never even liked them having the whole America's team thing. I don't think any franchise needs that kind of pressure too. But I think they can still make a claim to it, not from a success standpoint, but just from the point of how much media coverage they get. Johnny says, MJF is my favorite guy in the business. Phenomenal worker and takes kayfabe serious. Old school to the bone like everyone should be. He's the next megastar. That'd be okay with me. Pride Shelley says, the greatest duo is Sakura and uselessness. But I'm still indifferent to her character. Trevor says, the Steelers are Pats for America's team, at least for me anyway. Yeah, and when you talk from a success standpoint, absolutely. But I'm just explaining to you how the Cowboys came up with it. And that's the only way they could still make that claim, is just because actually what helps the Cowboys and puts them over the top isn't even necessarily their fan base. A lot of, like the Steelers, a lot of teams have rabid fan bases. It's that everybody loves or hates the Cowboys. And when somebody has a passion about you either way, it means you're watching them. And that's kind of what keeps them there. Let's see. Family Guy hasn't been good since season 2. Fight me, Lick says. Oh, Lick, I would have to fight you on that one. I love Family Guy. I remember it back in the days. How many times did Family Guy get canceled? At least twice that I remember. Was it 2 or 3 times? Because I know it kept getting canceled and brought back. Mystic Nerd says, I'd say the greatest duo was Super Mario and dumbass player 2 side character here through necessity, Luigi. Ouch. Poor fucking Luigi. Aiden says, I'm going up to Schenectady to go paintballing tomorrow. I'm going to snipe people from across the field. Nice. I played, when I was playing in the baseball league last year, it was the first time I'd been to Central Park in Schenectady in ages, because we played on one of the diamonds up there. That brings back memories. So many days spent up in those parks and ball fields up in Central Park. Allegiance Operator Kruger says, we all know that Naruto's Meat Canyon parody is going to be cursed Naruto face against Blurst Pain face each other to the point of kissing, because why not? Mama says the Goosh War just sounds like 2 dads across the street from each other going into a war about who can make their wife moan the loudest. That would be an all right contest.
Yeah.
That would certainly... I think we as Gooshers would completely accept that as part of the proceedings within the war anyway. Zeno says, me wanting to watch longer animes, and when I look on how many episodes One Piece is, I'm thinking, what the fuck is this? I think that's true with a lot of people, Zeno. And it's understandable. I think the sheer length is just so daunting, so intimidating. But goddamn, I'll tell you, brother, it is good. I love it. I absolutely love One Piece. But I get that. It's completely understandable. Stormstar says, wasn't South Park the most recent show to get canceled? When will networks release We Love Fucked Up Humor, or realize we love fucked up humor? If we can't watch it, we make our own. I don't think South Park ever got canceled. I mean, they've called for it to be canceled since its inception. I don't think it ever did. I know Family Guy actually did. It had to be brought back. I'm almost positive. I know for positive once. I'm almost sure twice, but I don't know about a third time. Blues, I still haven't seen A Million Ways to Die in the West. I would watch it. I like Seth MacFarlane, so I would watch it. I just haven't got time to sit down and watch it. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Alex says, whatever you do, don't let Sakura give you a hand job because she'll rip it off. Yeah, but she won't poke out an eyeball. She gave, hey, listen, she gave Naruto a hell of a heart job anyway. Legion says, oh shit, Curtis, I just noticed we missed a bridge Vegito. That would have been fucking hilarious. Excuse me. Chrome says, I've not really seen Family Guy in years. It's pretty much like The Simpsons now to me. Both are past their primes. They need old Yellard. See, I don't agree, Chrome, only because you're not right. You're not right. You're not wrong, especially on The Simpsons, because I'm a Simpsons nut too. And Simpsons has downturned, I think, much more so than Family Guy. But even, I think if you grade things on a curve of other entertainment that's available on TV, even a weakened Simpsons is better than most of the other stuff they're offering us. So I don't see, for me, I wouldn't want them to get rid of it, at least until they're going to step up somehow and start giving us better shit to watch in its stead. Says, hey Curtis, any new Toradora coming to the Goose? Yeah, Rob, that's a sponsor series. And it's been sponsored all along. No. Yeah, Toradora. Wait a second. Hold on a second. Let me remember. Come on. I got to figure out what's going on with my PC here. This delaying everything is starting to piss me off. No, wait, Toradora. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I was thinking right. Yeah, Will still is sponsoring Toradora. As far as I know, he hasn't given me any indication he was going to stop, so I believe he's going to be. Damn it, come here. Do. Let's see. Brian says, hey Curtis, I look up your playthrough on Danganronpa 1, but I was wondering if you ever gone to play Danganronpa 2. It's also a third game came out, Danganronpa. No, I stopped playing that. I lost interest in it. It's one of the few games that stopped just because of lack of interest. And it's not that it's a bad game. It's too wordy for me. And I like it as much as, if a game gets moving too fast and with the brain damage I have, I can't keep up with it with the brain to thumb connection. I still can't take what really set me off on Danganronpa was that one murder we went to solve, and it was obvious immediately who had done it. Because the murderer put his own name on the victim, and you could see that it was upside down, and all you had to do is look at it upside down backwards, looking in a mirror, you know who did it. And we went through stage after conversation and this, that, and the other, trying to figure out who it was. It's like, fucking come on. And I just lost interest after that. Mama says, what do you think of American Dad? It's okay. I like it more than Family Guy, but only because Family Guy has become so repetitive for me. Yeah, I'll watch it. It's not like high on my list, Mamas. It's not something I go out of my way to see. But as a matter of fact, I just had an episode on yesterday. Last night I went to bed and there was one on, and I watched it before I went to sleep. So I watch it. It's good. It's good. It's got a lot of funny spots. Stormstar says the biggest work in television history was when Family Guy killed Brian. The majority of people fell for it. Yeah, you had to figure something was up there, but you weren't sure, myself included. I remember thinking, nah, there's got to be more to it, doesn't there? They sucked me in because I wasn't positive he wasn't dead. Brian says, I get it for you. Those games are spread very thin and long to milk the time. Yeah. Curtis, the victim, was the one who left the message, but yeah, the first murder is pretty lame. I like others better. Well, that's what did it for me, Brian. Yeah, I don't remember the details. I just remember I know I had it all figured out. Not that I'm a genius. It was obvious. It was written right there who did it. And then when we had to go through, again, segment after segment after segment of all this discussion. It's like, we know who did it. You already told us who did it. Let's see. Philip says, oh, just talking to M. Do you have a favorite episode of The Simpsons? Oh, I don't know, going nowhere. I mean, how many, hundreds of Simpsons episodes I've seen, I'd have to really sit down and think and go, because I'm not going to come up with all of them offhand. It would be one of the early ones. Not because it's necessarily gotten that much worse. Some of the early ones were just so golden. To this day, I'll quit it. I'll quit it. I'll quit it is a regular refrain for me in any situation that's even remotely applicable. Chrome says, sad thing is Kishimoto may have made Sakura useful now. By making Naruto and Sasuke useless, killed Kurama, and took Sasuke's Rinnegan by Boruto beating the crap out of him. I knew Kurama had been killed. Wow. I always gave credit to Kishi Chrome for being willing to admit that he just didn't write his female characters well. And it does, when people talk about it, it sounds like they finally kicked Boruto into gear a little bit, but I just don't have, with as many great anime as there is out there that I still want to see, I just couldn't see myself getting involved in Boruto and getting through all the crap to get to the good parts. Excuse me, guys. Let's see. Oh, okay. I'll be right back, guys. It's my nephew. I just wanted to respond to him. Okay. Oh. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Curtis kind of has a personality. Peter Griffin looks like a harmless drunk idiot, but can kick your ass 7 times over. He just says, I don't know about that, but put it this way, especially at my age, I don't know how much ass I can kick anymore, but I'm still willing to find out, I guess is the best way to put it. No, I haven't seen Erased yet, Pride. I've heard of it, but I have not seen that yet. And it's funny you say that, because when I was looking around at different anime to be put next in the $1 level at the Goosh, I had thought about it. The only reason I didn't, because I was reading up on different anime that's well thought of in various communities, and Erased is very highly thought of, but it just hadn't come up enough for me to make that move, so I went with something else. None of the big long running shows, Chrome says, have the guts to make a big change anymore. True. Last big true attempt was Skinner and the Simpsons, and it stunk, so they're scared of change. You're right. Well, they're not entirely scared of change, Chrome. Apu can't be an Indian anymore, so they're not entirely scared. They're only scared. They're as scared as they are of change. They're even more scared of social justice warriors. Lute says Erased is great. Highly suggest for you specifically too. Beat your feelings with a steel bat that's been set on fire. Yeah, well, that was the sentiment I was running into when I was researching different animes. And again, it's not to say it won't come up at the Goose. It very well might. But the only reason I didn't go with it this time is because I hadn't heard as much from you guys about it as I had some of the other possibilities. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's right. Chrome says, yeah, true. And they're releasing Dr. Hibbert's voice actor. Yeah, because he's a white guy. I don't know. You guys know how I feel about that. What difference does it make? That's why it's called acting. And as far as Apu, if anybody out there who gets their take on life and others from cartoons has tons of serious fucking issues that go well above and beyond cartoons. So I don't get it. Oh, Fluffy Cleveland's one of the best ever. I love Cleveland. The Cleveland show was even okay, but the character of Cleveland is just so great. Let's see. Lude says, by the way, Curtis, how often do you think we'll have the try not to laugh reaction streams from now on? The last one seemed to go really well, and they sound like oh god, it was a blast. That'll largely be up to you guys, Lude. It's funny you say that. I was just going to ask you guys something about the streams. I felt pretty good after because I didn't know any of the answers. I'm just reading my text here. Yeah, it went really well, and I love those try not to laugh things. Even though, as you saw, just the same as in the videos. Once I got laughing so much in the stream, I couldn't stop. But it's still fun to do it. That's what I was going to ask you guys. Now, my plan is we'll have these, our regular chat streams as we always do. But I'm going to plan on doing more streaming at the channel. As you saw, I jumped in the other day. We got started on our Minecraft world. I'm going to be starting up our Red Dead Redemption adventure fairly soon. But it seemed like you guys really enjoyed the Try Not to Laugh, so I'll probably put them in regularly until we see. And what very well may happen is people might have suggested pretty much all the videos they want to suggest, and if it starts to slow up, then we'll start doing something else in its place more so. We'll just, again, play it by ear, play it by you guys. But yes, it did go really well as far as everybody seemed to be having fun, and I thought it was hysterical. Some of the videos were great. What Family Guy characters takes the most L's besides Meg? Shelley says, yeah, nobody can beat Meg. Probably Brian. Brian, if you think back on the history of the show, Brian takes a lot of L's too. I mean, obviously Peter does too, but I think Brian even more so. Shadow says, Curtis, don't forget that this is a joke. It doesn't matter who wins the Super Bowl because it would always be called the Lombardi Trophy. I'm not sure what you mean, Shadow. Doesn't matter who wins the Super Bowl because it would always be called you lost me on that one, though, pal. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, Trailer Park Boys. I've seen an episode or two, Blues. It was pretty funny. My son-in-law is just a huge fan. It's one of his favorite things ever. Yeah, so that's why I've seen some of it and know little bits about it because he just absolutely loves it. Joe takes a lot of L's too. That's true. Crystal Pepsi, yeah. Poor Joe does. Yeah. Even from Bonnie, a lot of times. When you think about all the times she has either directly or inadvertently just completely disrespected him. Chrome says, well, how many times has Quagmire beaten up Brian like when he beat him up for having sex? Is that true? That's what I mean. Brian takes a lot of losses. And even when he's not getting his ass kicked physically, he takes a significant number of losses just because Brian's kind of a douche. We all know that. And he takes a lot of L's just for being a douchebag, too. Oh, Blue says, I know Trailer Park Boys because I'm Canadian. Yeah, again, it might be my son-in-law's favorite series ever. You like the two, Spaz Dev? Yeah, what I saw of it was really funny. The time Joe nearly drowned. Yeah, I mean, that's why I found myself even now, of those iconic cartoon shows that I love, I think I watch more Family Guy in rerun than I do any of them. I just really love the show. I've heard of Subnautica, Samuel. I don't think if I played it, I don't remember it, and it would have been briefly, but I have heard of it. It's been mentioned a bunch of times. I love the episode that shows just how much Quagmire hates Brian. Well, in the one episode there, maybe more than once, Robo Surfer, I remember Quagmire laid down in no uncertain terms to Brian's face exactly why he fucking hates him. That was a great episode because he just went to town on him. Yeah, Philip says, anyone remember when Brian was actually the most decent human being on the show? Then he got the Flanders treatment. Yeah. And the thing is too, Philip, his arrogance. Yeah, he just he sees himself in such a light other than what is his reality. Excuse me. Oh, well, that's what I was going to ask you guys. Now, it probably won't happen. I was going to do a second stream today, but actually, I'd almost forgotten. I had promised I'm doing a Spez Kids College. The RAs put together as best they can events for for the kids to have things to do with COVID and the shutdowns and stuff. And I'm actually going to be doing a virtual meet and greet to talk about wrestling to kids on his campus. I guess they put out a whole bunch of suggestions as to different things they could do, and that was really well supported. The kids wanted to talk to a wrestler, just wanted to learn more about the actual business of wrestling. So I'm going to be doing that this evening. So I don't know if I'll get a chance to stream another, but outside of these regular chat streams, which would you guys rather see next, right off the top of your head? Another Try Not to Laugh stream where you guys can post video clips to the stream, or to start Red Dead 2 next? What would be you guys' preference? Again, outside of the standard chat streams, which we'll always have. Crystal Pepsi says Chewie changed from really evil to a happy homosexual, interesting personality for babies. Very true, Pepsi. Very true. Yeah. Another Try Not to Laugh, Lude says. You should show up as Golden to the meet and greet. Yeah, should I appreciate that, Andrew? Red Dead Rosa says. Spaz Dev says Red Dead. Porn stream. Nice call, Jack. The Try Not to Laugh streams are fun and expensive, Rick says. More Try Not to Laugh. All right, so, well, it's obviously split between Try Not to Laugh and Red Dead, so I'll just try and get try and get a stream where we can get Red Dead started, and then I'll try and follow that up as soon as I can afterwards with another Try Not to Laugh. Red Dead does look like fun, Chrome. It's amazing, considering it's been out for quite some time. Just like we saw when we were talking about, what people wanted to see as far as the gaming, how immensely popular it still is. The game's been out for a while, so got to be something to it. I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, that's what we'll do. The next opportunity I get to do a stream of that nature, outside of these, I'll do Red Dead, and then we'll follow that with another Try Not to Laugh. Spazdev says, I'm excited for you to see you play Red Dead. I think it's going to be fun. And then I'll just keep throwing in the Minecraft streams. I know they're not as popular, but for whatever reason, I couldn't even honestly put my finger on it for you guys. I love Minecraft. It's equal parts relaxing and playing it in hardcore mode terrifying, because I spend half my time digging or out looking for something with my palms sweating, waiting to die and get really, really pissed off, and the other half the time listening to that chill music and just mining away. So there's just something about it. But if I can see the Enderman, I would be happy. And the Ender Dragon, I would be happy. Rosa said, my male friends decided to measure their privates, and the biggest one had 6.8 inches. So they jokingly asked me, since I'm trans and want to cut mine off, so I didn't. I've got the biggest one. Rosie, you got the biggest one? You're going to cut it off? The only downside to that is we need medical science to move forward to where you can donate some of those inches to those of us who need extra. It just seems like a waste. Best game ever, Minecraft. Yeah, Ice Wave. It just makes me happy playing that game. That's good. M says a lot of people like the Minecraft one, so I'm glad you guys do. It just, because I can't even put my finger on it. I don't know why, because typically that's not the type of stuff that entertains me. Having to mine for literally hours on end, if you're going to go all the way through, in hardcore mode and see an Ender Dragon, it's going to spend hours mining. That's usually not my thing, but for some reason in Minecraft it works. Jeremy said, good point, says Minecraft is like real life. You always get fucked over at some point, right? Oh, so it was twice, Jeff? He says Family Guy was canceled in May 2000, fall of 2002. I remember both those. I thought so. I knew one for sure. I was pretty sure on two. I know it was talked about a third time, but I didn't know if it got canceled the third time. Must be not. Yeah, I remember. Well, I'm old, but I remember those distinctly. And people were pissed both times it got. Well, that's why it got picked back up, because people were pissed. Shelby says Minecraft is probably the most addicting game I played. Well, I'm glad to see that you guys agree too. Because typically if I really enjoy something a lot, I can somewhat explain why, but I really can't with Minecraft because it's not the type of thing I would typically be into, but I just love it. Philip says, penis enlargement surgery apparently pulls out the inches of the penis that are inside of your body, Curtis. I didn't know that. It's usually like 3 or 4 inches inside. Who the fuck? Well, who designed us? They call this intelligent design? There's nothing fucking intelligent about that. Who left 3 or 4 inches inside? What a douche. I can't, you guys know I'm an atheist, so I can't blame God because I don't believe in him. But somebody had us, blueprinted out somewhere. Who thought that was a good idea? That was, they're clearly fucking trolling us doing that shit. Assholes. Spazdev says, shows on TV now aren't that great anymore. Last super great lineup was The Office, Parks and Rec, 30 Rock, and Community. I've seen, The Office I've seen all of. The others I've seen bits and pieces of, and I would agree with it. They were all funny. Yeah, they were all funny. Stormstar says that made me cross my legs. Yeah, that's bullshit. CC Meta says, I blame Susan, honestly. So always a safe blame, CC. Some way or another, she had something to do with it. Absolutely. Yes, exactly. Lick says, fuck you, evolution. Chrome says, that's already a thing, Curtis. There was a medical news story about a guy getting the first penis transplant a few years back. Really? But to purposely sterilize you for safety. Oh. Well, that's kind of a yay, oh thing. Luke says, my great fish grandpa was a dick. Turtle bullshit. You guys are fun. Rosa says, now Curtis can reach 4 inches. That's huge for him. Yeah. I mean, it just seems, I'm sure you'll agree, Rose. I completely, I understand where you're coming from, why you don't want yours. You don't feel like it's part of who you are. But medical science should be thinking about that. That's what a waste that is. They don't concern themselves with the important things, like guys with tiny penises. Evolution said, go fuck yourself, apparently. Yeah, it did, Shelby. Literally, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I got to head out. Oh, another great Free-For-All Friday. Again, I don't think I'll be able to squeeze in a stream. Tomorrow will be kind of messed up. My wife and I are going to go out later. I will be streaming earlier, but it was going to be a sponsored stream from the Goosh. Because BTG this month is sponsoring a double episode of Horizon Zero Dawn. So that will be tomorrow. And then we'll have one more. I don't want to give it away because it's a new title. We'll also have a game streamed on Sunday, which is the first episode of a new game that's been sponsored over there by Coltonius. So you guys can hang tight for that. But if you want to come in, it'll be early probably because my wife and I are going out later, and I know that's a pain in the ass. But if you have time, come check that stream out because Horizon Zero Dawn is really, really a lot of fun. Guys, thank you again for the stream as always. I appreciate hanging out with me. I appreciate your friendship. I genuinely do. I speak English too, and just all the good times you give me. I appreciate it a lot. So feeling good. Got to do. You know what? I'm trying to get in wrestler mode with having to do that thing later for Spaz Kids College, where I'm going to be focused in on wrestling and the business and how everything was done. So this is going to be some jacked up promo sticky stuff. Yeah, the stuff, where I'm slapping myself in the face a few times before I actually get into the action and everything. Like, you get yourself ready to go, and then you get ready to spread the sticky stuff, and it's like, pom fu, bitches, and you spend sticky stuff here, sticky stuff there, sticky stuff everywhere. Send everybody some goddamn sticky stuff, because it's Free-For-All Friday, because we'll bang, okay, Flashlight like Buggy, and it's always, most importantly, goose.